Hi guys, it's Miss B, and on this week's Book Talks, I want to talk about strong female leads. That's because representation matters. It's important that we see ourselves on the page and on screen, because this is how we learn that we can overcome any challenge that we see. And it's not just for women. This is for anyone to look at a character overcoming and facing their challenges and to learn perseverance. We learn that through our own actions as well as through the things that we read. Plus, there's something super inspiring about watching or reading about a woman going after the things that she wants. Now, the books I want to talk about in particular this week are To All the Boys I Loved Before, First Test, and When Dimple Met Rishi. So buckle up because it's about to be a wild ride. Hey guys, the first book I want to talk about in this book talk of strong female leads is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. So I don't have the first or even second books in the series. I only have the third, Always and Forever, Laura Jean, because I have loaned the first two books of the series out, which is how you know it's good. Laura Jean has decided that the way she deals best with stress and her feelings is to write them down in letters. She doesn't send them, she just writes them. Keep in mind also that Laura Jean is a bit of a dreamer, thus this filter. And she is definitely a romantic. She wants a big love. She wants to be swept off her feet. But that's scary, which is why the letters never get mailed. The real drama in the story comes when her little sister Kitty decides to mail these letters. Now, I'm not going to tell you the reason because that'll give you away the plot in the book and then a different plot in the movie. But this is the source of the entire plot for this entire series. So, because these boys now know that she at some point had these feelings about them, she is embarrassed and has to cover it up. She cannot deal with these being out. So this entire first book in the series, To All the Boys I Loved Before, is about how she convinces her sister's ex-boyfriend that she is not in love with him so that her sister won't be mad at her and that it's so it's not awkward between them. I definitely recommend this book and the movie. They're excellent stories, they're entertaining, they're fun. But I do have one piece of advice. Think about before you do, is it going to bother you to have just finished the book when you watch the movie? Will you notice the plot differences? If you're like me, then yes. So I recommend that you watch the movie first, and then after that, read the book. It will fill in the gaps more, and then maybe after you read the first book, read the second, read the third, and then hopefully by then, the third book will be made into a movie for Netflix. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this book and or the movie, so definitely let me know. Hey guys, I'm here with my lovely forest background that's actually my backyard to talk to you about First Test by Tamara Pierce. So this is normally when I would hold up a print copy of the book to show you the cover while I'm talking about it, but I can't do that this time because I actually read the ebook. That's because this book came out in 1999, so local bookstores tend not to have print copies available. They usually have to special order them. But there is a silver lining, which is that if you go to your local library's website, which is exactly what I did, you can type in First Test and see what copies they have available. Mine had both the ebook and the print copy. I just went with the ebook because it was a faster way to get a hold of it. It's also a really good opportunity to try out an audiobook. If you know you like audiobooks or you've never tried one before, the Audible narrator is pretty awesome, as you can see here.
The training master absently rubbed the arm in its linen sling. At last, he bowed in his chair. "May we compromise, sire?" Alana stiffened. She hated that word.
Like I said, pretty awesome. So if you want to try out the Audible narration, go for it. Super great way to go. Now, getting into it. This book is all about knights and magic and kind of a medieval setting with a twist. So it's definitely fantasy. And the way it fits into this week's book talk is that it has a super strong female lead. So if you liked Cursed on Netflix or you liked the graphic novel, you guys would definitely like this book.
Legend says this sword belongs to the one true king. But what if the sword chooses a queen?
Hey guys, the last book I want to highlight for this book talk on strong female leads is When Dimple Met Rishi. So in this book, the main character, Dimple Shaw, is another strong female lead. She has dreams, she has things that she wants, and she will go after them. Here's the thing though. The whole plot of this book revolves around the conflict between what her parents want for her and what she wants to do with her life. She wants to be successful in tech, And as a soon-to-be freshman in college, she has a final step in between where she's going for her degree and where she is now. She wants to go to a summer camp where they will build an app and possibly get to meet one of the premier app developers in the world. However, what her parents want for her is to have an arranged marriage. This isn't exactly what Dimple wants. Scratch that. Dimple does not want this at all. She is not here to get her MRS degree. Well, she is so sure it's going to be so hard to convince her parents to let her go on this summer camp. It's expensive and it doesn't really have anything to do with meeting a husband. So she's like, oh, I gotta really convince them somehow to do this. So imagine her surprise when her parents agree readily to let her go to the summer camp. She is ecstatic. Little does she know, the actual reason her parents let her go so easily was because that boy that they want her to marry is also going to be at that camp. Now, I don't want to spoil how it ends. I definitely want you to read this book. It's so worth it. Now, that being said, just like the other books that I have talked about in this book talk, it is in a way part of something similar to a series. So there's this one, which is the first one that came out by this author. And then you have From Twinkle with Love, which is not necessarily exactly the same, but it's along the same vein. And finally, most recently, there's Something About Sweetie. So it gives you this really awesome look at Indian Americans, and it's, once again, an example of how important representation is in reading. So please let me know what you think about it. I can't wait to hear. Hi guys, I hope that you enjoyed those book talks, and I hope that you read the books. Because whether you're going through a crush like Laura Jean and Jenny Hans to All the Boys I Loved Before, or you're trying to figure out how you fit in a new situation like Kel and Tamara Pierce's first test, or you're trying to figure out how to mesh your own dreams with the expectations of your parents like Dimple Shaw and Cindy and Mittens when Dimple met Rishi, these are all great experiences to teach you about how to deal with challenges that you face, and they're just really fun reads. So let me know what you think of them. I can't wait.